Welcome to a brand new series. We're taking this Yamaha R9 and turning it into a full-blown World Supersport inspired track weapon. Throughout this project we're going to document every single modification, from ECU tuning to hardware upgrades, while testing for both raw performance and track performance. We're starting today with a baseline dyno run to see exactly what this machine is doing in its stock configuration. Nothing has changed yet, so let's get to work. So as you can see, this is the first dyno run on the completely stock R9. We got 119 wheel horsepower and 95 newton meters of torque, and this is on a completely bone stock R9. So the fully stock exhaust. I took this part of RPM pickup point. Just a quick heads up, dyno results can be tricky. Every setup is different and we're running a Dyno I150 here in the Netherlands, right at sea level. Because of the higher air density here, the engine can naturally produce more horsepower than it would at higher altitudes. Plus, our specific dyno is known to be on the optimistic side. So keep in mind, these figures are just for our own progress tracking. So let me take you through some of the plans we have with this bike. Of course, you know our variable intake stacks. We produced and made them ourselves for the RS660 and also for the Yamaha MT-09 Tracer. And we also made them for the R9. We're gonna test them and see what impact do they have on the horsepower and on the throttle response. Some jet prime switches, probably another triple clamp. The next thing that's gonna go is the light and the lights. We're gonna get the ram air intake, the guided ram air intake on this bike. That goes from here to here into the airbox, which also of course gonna make a lot of difference, but that's something for in the future, because we ordered our motor carbons racing polyester, but it isn't here yet. And the other changes that we're gonna do is to the camshafts. We're gonna of course regrind the camshafts. That is one of the main points on these bikes, that the camshafts are just a bit lazy. So the stock cams leave a lot of room for improvement, as they gain around 10 horsepower when regrinded. Also have the guide camshafts, but they are quite expensive. They are around like 1100 euros per piece, which is a bit too much. And what we are doing here is mounting the new exhaust. We went for a Akrapovic racing line exhaust for the price and the quality. It's perfect compared to other exhausts. We have seen a lot of comparison videos about performance, and that the difference is minimal between all of the the top brands. And we like Akrapovic. I've always mounted Akrapovic. The looks and everything, I like it. It's racy, it's nice. We're also gonna do some cylinder head porting, so that we get a maximum amount of performance from the cylinder head. We have of course gonna do the inlet and the outlet port. As you know, the factory casting process of a cylinder head leaves behind rough edges and imperfections. Porting isn't just carving out metal to remove these imperfections, it's about managing airflow, pressure and velocity to not only smooth the metal but also reduce turbulence for better flow of air and fuel into the cylinders. Another mod that we have is a new subframe. It's a motor holder subframe. Those are the same people who make the race polyester from motor carbons. So this whole R9 project started because of the variable intake stacks that we make. It was simply to test and see what they can do on a stock road going bike and also a fully racetrack prepped bike. And what difference do they make? What do they improve? So of course the main reason for doing this build is because of product testing. So we wanna see and show the doubters of the stacks that they can indeed improve the bike. So this next dyno run that we are gonna do is with the exhaust and without any tuning. This is simply the new exhaust without changes to the fuel ratio or the EAP or TPS mapping or the electronic valves. It's just simply a difference between a stock and a racing exhaust. As I said before, I'm gonna take you guys through all the changes we're gonna make, every mod that we're gonna do. I'm gonna take you the step by step, so you know which performance mod does what to the bike. Like, does it improve drivability? Does it improve performance in the top, in the mid range, or the low range? So now enjoy the sound of a screaming CP3 engine. So with just the new exhaust on it, without doing anything to the fueling, it runs from 190 to 124 horsepower. So a nice 5 horsepower increase just by changing the exhaust. As you can see, the line is like, it's okay, not perfect. It's still running a bit lean. As you can see, past 10 and a half is running around 13 and a half, and we want to get that down to around 12.8 for the racetrack for extra cooling. But still, on just a stock bike and just an exhaust, it's a nice gain overall. I also didn't blind the Sai yet, so that's also the thing I'm gonna do. And that wraps up the baseline. We've got an exhaust on and a solid idea of where we're starting from. But let me tell you, this was just a warm up. In the next few episodes, we're diving deep into the performance mods, suspension upgrades, and everything else needed to turn this R90 into a real track weapon. If you want to follow the full build and see how much power we can actually squeeze out of this platform, make sure you hit subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.